How's it? Welcome back. So, having recently posted a video about some video game stuff, and I related it back to lucid dreaming, where specifically I was talking about this game called Rooftops and Alleys, which is a parkour game that I was playing late at night, and then I went to sleep. And as happens a lot, if you're really invested into something directly before going to bed, it has a tendency to bleed over into your dreams. And so it ended up leading to me having this really fun parkour related lucid dream. But having been talking about that, it just got me thinking about more video game stuff in general. And I'm not sure if I've ever shared the story about what initially got me into this lifelong obsession of mine of just loving to play video games so much. So I guess going back to the super beginning, like we didn't have any gaming consoles. It wasn't even really something I was all that interested in. But one day, like my dad came home with a Sega Genesis, and he didn't let us know he was getting it. We had no idea. He just showed up on the porch with it one day, and me and my brother's minds were blown. Remember, we were playing a whole bunch of like Altered Beast. We used to play Alex Kidd together as a family at nighttime. Of course, Sonic the Hedgehog was dope too and all that. But the first game that really got me hooked, and I was like, I love this shit, was this game called Metal Gear Solid, which my older brother got for me. And it must have been like for my birthday or something, or maybe Christmas, but I'm guessing it was my birthday. Like looking back on it now, because he's not that much older than me. He wasn't making money really, although we did live on a horse ranch. So we got, I was kind of considered rich amongst my friends because we had so much chores and cleaning stalls and feeding the horses and sweeping the wash rack and things. So we ended up having like at least a lot more cash on hand than most of our friends. But my older brother got me as a gift one time this game, Metal Gear Solid, along with the strategy guide that went along with it, because it was a very confusing game, and me being so young, I needed all the help I could get. But remember when that game came out and I started to play it, it just super blew my mind to like what was possible with video games. It has like an awesome story, great characters. Remember like a couple small things. So like in like, pretty sure it's like the very first level, but you're in this snowy area and there's bad guys around and you got to sneak through the place. But if they see your footprints in the snow, they can find you. And that like blew my mind. Like, oh my God, they got footprints in a video game. That's so realistic. And, just that game in particular, I mean, it's a super classic. There's like these really innovative ways to like fight bosses and things. Like there's this one boss, Psycho Mantis, I think was his name, if I remember correctly. But like he could read all your controller inputs, so you had to like put it from like player one side into player two to actually get past that boss. And just all this really cool shit. Super blew my mind. Amazing world, amazing story, and also amazing director. So the person who made that game is this guy, Hideo Kojima. And then he recently put out a brand new game called Death Stranding 2. And like, so when he first split off from his original company that made Metal Gear, he made his own company. He created this game called Death Stranding. And the game looked interesting to me, but it's basically just like a delivery simulator where you got to carry these big packs of goods and deliver it to people across this apocalyptic world. And while I love the director, I just was like, man, I don't want to just deliver packages. That just sounds too boring to me. So I actually never got into that game. But then with Death Stranding 2 coming out, and I heard of a lot of the good changes they've made to it, I dove in and got that. And I got to say, man, that game is awesome. It really makes you realize just why Hideo Kojima is the man. He's a pretty damn weird dude, but man, he makes some great art and some great video games, amazing cutscenes, really trippy, intricate stories that are really freaking confusing. But man, he just has a lot of creativity in that dude's head. So I've been really enjoying Death Stranding 2 as of late. And it kind of is like, in some sense, it's not quite Metal Gear. I still wish he would just make a new Metal Gear game, although he can't really do that because it's owned by his old company that he was with and he split off from them. But I think it would be kind of nice if we just made like a Metal Gear clone and named it something else. But then this new Death Stranding game, it does have some more action fighting oriented aspects of it that really are just a whole lot like the Metal Gear game. So I kind of am getting my Metal Gear Solid by playing this whole Death Stranding 2 thing. But yeah, it's just really fun. I don't know where I was going with that. That's what got me into video games. Have any of you ever played the old like Metal Gear game from the PS1 days? If you did, let me know about what you thought about it. And yeah, that is it. Until the next video, keep your video game or keep your hobbies legit.